Hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 21st, and I'll be going over my recap for today. So today feels like a lot of small caps are moving again. Definitely the ones that are above 10%, or my 10% watch list is kind of populated today. Have a pretty good list there. So seems like a good sign, and maybe hopefully a start to the runners on the small caps. And then I think SKLZ was one of the stock here that had a nice run. But let's go over my recap for today. So I'm up a total of 295. Actually give back 150 bucks after hours. Trading TTC was up 460 till that trade. So let's start from the top here. So my biggest winner for today was MOGO, MOGO. So I took a loss from my first trade here. I think there was a 15-minute kind of trend line, and then sorry, let me turn on my pen tool. All right, so there's a 15-minute trend line, and I saw it was somewhat of a fail flag here, or I was hoping for a fail flag. I think it was around here, and I went ahead and short, thinking it might have been a fail flag and maybe a crack through the 815 area for the hourly test, but it ended up breaking and holding a kind of higher low and trended higher from there. So I took roughly a $80 loss here, and then I had a nice short here when it was consolidating, and this was also the 15-minute trend break. So you can see this was trending, consolidating. I had a tight risk here. I was looking for a 836 risk break of 833s or so. I went ahead and sized in there and stopping at 836 or so, 37s. And then it broke, went ahead and took profits at 824s and then 817s. And then I had a stop here at 821s in case for that retest. Because it was extended on the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart. So, and it's kind of like a long way. So I like to take my profits there and look to revisit if it does sets up again. So I went ahead and took it off there at 823 here on this break. Ended up kind of retesting this area here as resistance and then kind of trail back down. But that was a $366 win. It was actually more from a loss here, so I'll say it was a total of $440 win there on this trade on MOGO. Next trade is SKLZ. So SKLZ had a it's like a continuous trend up. I had a break high of day towards down here, and could have been a good move, but I felt it was a little bit extended to take. But I did take a couple shorts here. The first short being this here from this inverted cup and handle. You can see that inverted cup and handle. I wanted to size in 1,000 shares here, but only got filled 200 shares because it had SSR on, so it was a little difficult to kind of hit the bid there. But I went in and 200 shares, and I kind of just work with those 200 shares and cover on the 5-minute trend here for I think roughly a $50 win there. And then there was another opportunity here, which you can see that inverted cup and handle. Took that break. I had a opportunity to take some profits here, or a little bit more profits. I think I sized in a little bit too much, and then I had to size back down here, and then I re-added back when it was filling. But if I have taken a little bit more profit here, I would have been a little bit more comfortable holding this pop here. but I had to downsize and then like re-added. And then I ended up taking my profits along the way here towards the 5-minute 90 EMA trend for roughly like an $80 win. Would have been a better win if I didn't take this. Or if I taken a little bit more profit here, and I would have had more confidence to re-add up here a little bit more. But that was, yeah, $139 win total on SKLZ. And then I kept kind of trailing up higher and higher. Couldn't find a spot really too short here. Looks like it just kind of squeezed shorts a little bit there. And the next trade was ASXZ. So ASXZ was a little bit kind of small range tight stock, but what I saw here was like an inverted cup and handle. It actually broke over here, but also there was an inverted cup and handle here. I was trying to look for that 186 break, sized in 10,000 shares there. I downsized because it was kind of going to retest like this 189 area, and then I re-add when it kind of confirmed that as the top. I had a flag line here. That's where we added on that break, and I went ahead and covered roughly 4,000 shares there on like the 183s. And then when it was starting to curl like this little curl up here, I was trying to see if this gets retested and then curl back down and maybe fade from there, or it curls into a higher low, and in that case I had to stop out or downsize or take profits. So that's where I took my rest of my shares off there at 188, 185, and then it trailed back higher because it was holding a higher low here. So that was a $132 win there on ASXC. Next trade was UAVS. So UAVS, I think this also had SSR on, and I wanted to size it a little bit more. I got 1600 filled on this top here. Was a little inverted cup and handle, took that, and then pretty much cover on the rest there. Went ahead and retest and kind of start fading back down from there. But nonetheless, it was a quick little kind of trade there on UAVS for a $84 win. Next trade is BNGO. So BNGO was also kind of a quick little scalp. I had a nice average here on this flag break because I've been seeing a lot of like 15-minute flags. So here's another 15-minute flag. It broke, and then here's a 15-minute flag. So pretty much the trend of the day was a lot of 15-minute flags kind of breaking out and going higher, and not really fading back to the hourly like we normally see. So it might be just shorts for the last few days were okay to kind of just hold till the end of the day, all day fader. Today it seems like the opposite. None of these were kind of all day fades. They were all just trailing up on the 15-minute trend, so you have to be a little wary of that. But I went ahead and took a long break here, risking the prior low here, and I didn't see like an absolute amount of high volume there, so I just went ahead and just took it off with pretty small win. But had I held it, probably would have been a pretty good trade there. Another flag break here, risking these lows for that flag break would have been maybe in a spot there to play, but I wasn't watching this. But yeah, that was BNGO as for its $38 win. Next trade was Mara. Mara, I think also I was looking for a kind of VWAP hold and squeeze around this area, and hoping for it to kind of break that inner flag after this kind of smaller flag here. Went ahead and tried to go long there. It ended up like not going as much as I expected, and I just stopped out there, and it kind of pulled back a little bit before actually breaking out. But that was another long play there that I took a small stop on for a $14 loss. PLG. So PLG, I saw it was a little bit extended and took a short for this inverted cup and handle. It was a pretty low volume, and I had a chance to kind of cover a little bit here for kind of break even, but I end up holding it a few minutes after hours and just covering for a $36 loss there. on PLG. Next trade is MVIS for a $92 loss. So MVIS, also another stock where you can see it is, flagging on the 15-minute chart. Another 15-minute chart here, not respecting the hourly trend at all. So a lot of stocks have been doing that recently. So not really fading back down to the hourly, but trailing the 15-minute trend chart. So when I saw it kind of trying to break this flag right here, you can see lower high broke. I saw a little bit of weakness on the level 2 and maybe a little bit of low volume, or not much volume, but it was kind of trailing a little bit here. But I went ahead and started short, thinking it might be a fail flag, and then it breaks for the hourly test, but it ended up just grinding up. I had to kind of cut my losses there at $92 loss, and it ended up breaking that flag, holding and breaking a higher flag for the didn't break higher days, but kind of consolidated above higher days there. But that was another kind of short, not really fading back down to the hourly type trade. Next trade was TDC. So this was an after hour trade that I mentioned. I don't know why I traded this stock. I could have just walked away with an additional $150 in profit, but I give away $150 here on TDC. I saw it was extended, maybe a little cup and handle here to short. Didn't exactly, break a little cup and handle, and trending higher for this 1 minute flag here, and had to cover. I tried again. Maybe this time it's going to be this inverted cup and handle, and I failed again. So each time here was a $50 loss each, including this was a $50 loss, and you can see it just trailing up. So I'm not going to fight this, and just going to keep my winnings for today and just walk away. But how to not trade this, also a high, a high price stock, doesn't really meet my criteria, but to kind of avoid these type of trades to protect my profits. So that was TDC after hours. And my biggest loser for today was YSG for a $172 loss. And here I think I sized in a bit, and then it didn't exactly break the level that I wanted to break, the 1107 area. You can see 1107 was base here, and I was hoping for a inverted cup and handle for the break, VWAP test, or 5-15-minute correction. Didn't really get that, and then I sized in 500 shares here, and then I re-added, and I told myself the ads would be a stop at this area, like around the 1114 area, but I ended up stopping out a little bit later, which took more of my more slippage than I wanted in terms of my stop. So I could have minimized at least, could have been like just a maybe $80, $100 loss instead of 172. But had I kind of kept my plan on stopping my ads around the 1114 and then stopping the rest at 1120s, I would have been in a lot better shape. But you can see it's extended. Didn't really test the 15-minute chart until maybe later. But yeah, so that was that on WSG. And today had a lot of stocks running, and I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. I think this day might be the beginning, or might spark up, more runners in the coming days. So definitely today is a good start, and I think a lot of stocks has been running, and maybe we'll get some follow through momentum in a few of these names, and give us more opportunity to trade. So I hope everyone had a good day, and thanks again for watching all the way through and supporting the channel. So if you haven't done so, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.